Hey folks, I'm going to go live with my client Vrushali in 5 minutes from now. So I just logged in a little bit earlier to set up the technical issues and glitches if I have any. This is the first time that I am doing a live and someone is going to join me. I just did my first one yesterday as a trial, and today we are going live with Vrushali to talk about her health journey. So bear with us as we set up and try to figure out how to get live together and all that. Hold on, folks. Yes, Vrushali is there. Hi Vishnu. Hi Coach Shubham. Hi Divya. Hey Vrushali, we did figure it out. I had to Google search a little bit to figure out how to get the camera to see me. So my kids are not around to help me set this up, so I had to rely on Google to help me. Okay, how do I see my
I
face
actually
and not
called.
behind?
Yeah, I called Vidya. I was like, Vidya, can you come and help? Can you make sure? Can you get on your Insta as well to check?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you, Vidya, for helping us get this up. And I was relying on Google to get this done. And good. So we can chat for a bit, and I'm seeing people joining. Hey, Usha, let me see who's here. Say hi to them before we start. Piyush, thank you. Shanti, thank you. Shanti is my older client too. Neha, thank you for being here.
I'm just gonna close my room door really quick and put the
Yeah.
dog out so we don't get.
So that pepper can be part of our conversation.
Oh, yes. This is my step dog. This is
Hi,
my little buddy who walks with
hi,
me.
Pepper.
Make sure I get my baby steps on.
Exactly.
Correct me.
He's made you walk quite a lot
Yes,
from where we started to now.
I know.
Hi, Pepper.
You say hi. Say bye bye. I'm gonna go outside now. Okay? Let's go outside. Come on. Nene, take her.
So today we are going live. We already came live a little early to figure out how to set this up. We are all not that Insta savvy yet, so we figure we had to come a little early to figure out, because I have seen people having technical glitches, not knowing how to get people in. So we are here together with Vrushali. So a little bit till we get more people in is like. Vishali and I know each other from 2021. We did our yoga TTC together during the COVID times. Online,
Yeah.
we have partnered together to learn. She's been practicing yoga for many, many years before that, but I was new to yoga, so we used to do we were given like partner practices by our teacher. So we used to do it together, and she would tell me, no, this is how you do. And her handstands and headstands are amazing. So I have envied her that always. I'm still struggling, Vrushali. I need the wall behind me. I still can't
No,
go
no.
up. But like we say in the coaching, right? It's putting in the reps. It's going to happen. Each person has their own
Exactly.
journey to do. I will reach
Exactly.
there. Hi, Meredith. Thank you for being here. Meredith is one of my mentor coaches from Dr. Mark Method. I'm part of their team, and I am the community leader in Dr. Mark Method. So, other coaches who are here who would like to get more mentorship and get more savvy on your social media profile, how to do things. So Dr. Mark Method is the place to be. They are doing a current enrollment which is going to close on March 21st, I think. Meredith, am I right? So come and join us there. We have a very vibrant community of other coaches. This is for the nutrition and health and fitness coaches on the online space. It is an amazing community of coaches supporting each other and helping each other on how to set this up and how to work online and work well with the clients, and to show up on social media like how I am doing now. Thank you. Thanks, Meredith, for being here. So it's okay. Now we are going to talk a little bit about Vrushali. Vrushali, please, you tell people where you are and what you do, and a little bit about your passion, other than before we talk about our journey together.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm Vrushali. I live in North California, San Jose. I've been here for a very long time now. I am an accountant by day, but after 2021, my journey, of course, with Shobna, I did get my teacher training. And as of September of 2023, I officially started teaching at a studio. Before that, I ran my own private online classes, but I love being around people, with people. And so when I got an opportunity to teach in a studio, I just grabbed it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this because I do work from home all day and sitting all day. It gives me a chance to get out of the house and move. And as some of you guys saw, I have a little dog as well who is a very big motivator for me to move. At least twice a day is what I would say. So a little bit about me. I grew up in India. I moved here when I was 21. I got introduced to yoga at the age of 15 to deal with a lot of, I guess, school pressure, social pressure, and just my mom thought it would be very good for me. I didn't realize it was a journey that would stick with me for, so many 20 plus years now. So, yeah. Um, so my journey started with Shobna these last few years, mainly after turning 40. And, she recently posted this whole Happy Women's Day of coaching women over 40, and that resonates with me a lot. Um, Growing up and and Shobna knows when I joined her, I very clearly told her, I am a foodie. I live to eat. And I am absolutely obsessed with working out. I love working out. I love exploring different types of workout, different types of
Tell us
sports.
what all you tell people what all you do. This is like a really amazing person with such enthusiasm and energy. She is doing so many things, guys. You have to hear
Yeah.
what all she is learning.
So I have tamed it down though. I've tamed it
Yes.
down since I started working with you. But yeah, I think my journey initially started with running. From running, it moved on to long distance biking. From there, it moved on to sprint triathlons. From there, the journey just moved into yoga for quite some time. Then it moved into pole. I became very passionate about poling, pole fitness, pole dancing. And then I think it moved on to Ashtanga yoga as well. And now currently, because I'm obsessed with Shobna's style of working with me, it is being weight training. I got my first set of barbells as well, and I have my kettlebells and getting my reps in and working on, getting the weights up is my goal. So I think I have this weird ADD where every 2 years my body goes into a reset mode of, okay, Vrushali, you have accomplished this, you have had plenty of injuries through this. Next, what can you go do? So currently, the obsession is strength training. Yes. I don't think I gave strength training as much importance as I have this year, I would say, especially since Shobna has been working intensely with me. I don't think I gave weight training. Yeah, going to the gym was always a part of like some kind of strength training, but I didn't focus so much on weights as much as I'm doing now. And I feel I would have done so much more better in terms of like restraining my number of injuries in the past if I would have focused on that. So yeah. So I would say, yeah, I'm a very adventurous person. I love hiking. I'm very outdoorsy. My husband, I think, has a life insurance policy on me just because he knows of how my personality is.
But we
So
should be
he's,
there every step of the way,
yes,
encouraging you to do all
yes,
these things, as I
yes.
always see. So, hi,
Yeah,
Vidya.
wherever
Hi,
I go,
Vidya.
whatever I do, the only thing he will say is have fun, be safe. So yeah, and I tell him, as a matter of fact, today we were joking and saying that my paycheck is basically all my injury coverage. When I get injured, I have to go get it fixed. It comes out of my paycheck. You don't worry about it. So yeah, I just love life to the fullest, and that's how I want to live, and that's what I pursue.
Amazing, amazing. You are an
You know,
inspiration to all of us and me. Like I would say that we are. So in the past few years since I started coaching, my personality has changed as to be curious to know a lot about people, ask them questions. Otherwise, like if you ask my sisters, they'll tell you that Growing up, I was very content not talking to anyone, being by myself. I'm still mostly that, but I really get inspired when I see you on the energy that you don't want to leave even 1 hour away. And guys, you have to believe this. Rishali did not know what rest days were. So her rest days were like, okay, I will not probably do this much, I will do just a little bit. So I had to really force her to include a couple of rest days in her week. So we started with, okay, let's try with just one rest day, 2 rest days. I think now she takes 2 full rest
Twofold,
days, and she has
right?
started listening to the body and add extra rest days if she needs. So amazing, the mindset shift. So let's go into why you started this journey, why we started working together. She reached out to me in June of last year. We started
Yes,
working together. Before
yeah,
that, we have talked many times. She's been an active supporter of what I'm doing, giving me
yeah,
suggestions, supporting me, and liking my posts and talking about it. But she took joined me in June. We worked
yeah.
for 3 months together, and she wanted to try for a few months to by herself, and then she's back with her second 3 months with me, where she's just working on being just holding herself accountable,
Mhm.
making sure she's taking rest days. So let's talk about why she decided to have a new. She's well read, has all the knowledge. Why did you think you needed a coach at that time in June when you reached out to me, Vishali?
So one of the things, like I said, right, I am a big time foodie. I love working out. Until the age of 40, it was so easy to do. Like whether it was losing weight or doing something, it was not a problem at all. But somehow after I turned 40, I started noticing these changes in my body that my mind was not like, keeping up with or registering or in complete denial, like, oh shit, what's happening to me? That kind of a moment. And I think last year, I think end of 2022, 23, I had this massive weight gain. Sudden, it was like an overnight weight gain issue, which was extremely depressing for me. And the more I started gaining weight, the more I started working out. And exhaustion was hitting. Like I was literally like, I was done with it and I couldn't fathom what was happening. The first thing that I did was, of course, I went to my doctor, and my doctor diagnosed me with perimenopausal issues. But as a doctor, the first thing that he did was, oh, let's put you on medication, weight loss medication. And I did try it. I'm not saying I did not try it. I gave it 3 months, but weirdly, it takes a very big toll on your mental health. Those medications, you think you're taking it for your body. No, it's actually playing havoc with your mind. And after 3 months, I was like, no. And then I did try another nutritionist here locally who put me on this really weird diet. He said 10 days of just liquid and soup. And I did it. And by the end of 10 days, I was like, I'm going to die. I would rather just die than put up with this soup for another 10 more days. And I was not allowed to eat this. I was not allowed to eat that. And I
Exactly.
was like, that's not my life. I want to eat. I want to die eating. This is my
So you were
life.
not looking at something for a short term, you were looking
No,
at something which you can
no.
continue to do.
Yes, and nobody was giving me a manageable goal. It was just like this quick solution. Be happy with it. Move on. Don't complain. And I think that's when I reached out to you. I had weaned off everything. I was like, I'm just going to eat the way I do, and I stopped all the medications. And that's when I think your coaching thing. I think you had graduated through few things, and you had started taking clients on. And I think that's when I reached out to you, and I said, okay, Shobna, I need your help. And the first thing I remember you saying is, I want you to eat. I just need you to eat. No diet, nothing. You need to eat. And I was like, I love her. I was like, yes, I finally found my person. So that's how our journey began together. Because I think of course, being in India, you understand the Indian woman's body, and also being in the same age bracket, you understood where I was coming from. And because we had worked together and you had seen the kind of energy level that I had or that I come in with, you kind of knew my personality.
Yeah.
And so you immediately started catering to my personality, letting me be the way I am, but at the same time starting to rein me back a little bit. Not throw it at me, but give me the short, non-negotiable. The word that always that comes when I have to take my rest days now, then it's rest day. And the word that comes to my mind is non-negotiable. As like I need to get a sweatshirt done or a tattoo done that says non-negotiable. When you started adding those non-negotiable moments for me and me learning to respect that, have that accountability. I know you're far away from me, but I know you're there and I have to remain accountable to you. And I think that really, really helped my journey with you last year, and the same this year with new tips and
Yeah.
techniques that we have been working through. Yeah.
We were moving from, so when we started, I remember that you started off with tracking. So now I do like a kind of mixed habit base, because many
Yes.
of them are reluctant to track. But I would like you to say you started off straight away, and some of my other clients also started off straight away tracking, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did that insight provide you? Because people say it's very hard to track, I don't want to track. Does it take long to track? Or what is the kind of knowledge that gave you that I know what I am doing?
Yeah.
So what is that you felt when you started tracking? I know that you had little anxiety in the beginning. That happens with everyone. But I would, as a person who went through that straight away jumping into tracking, I would like to
Yeah.
share, I would like you to share with others, was that a chore, and what did that provide you, that inside of tracking?
No, see, whenever it comes to anything fitness related or my body related, or if I'm doing something good for myself, I do not look at it as a chore. I know I'm doing it to help me. So that is a very important mindset. You need to realize, don't make it a chore. Don't make it like, oh my God, I have to do this. No,
Yes.
it just becomes just like how you're putting it in your mouth, you're just putting it into an app. And few things really feasible, like my fitness app is on my first page of my phone. It is where my thumb hits. That's the easiest step. My phone opens, that's where I go. And then, so initially, yes, the tracking of measuring, oh, how much rice, how much this, that, yes. Yes, initially those things were, because in your mind, you're like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be eating this much, but I'm actually eating this much. Things like that, you start like kind of gazing. But at the same time, you're like, oh, I did get full with this much. Why am I eating this much?
Right.
That understanding starts coming. And then you start playing around with your food. And you're like, oh, maybe little more of this. And like few things that you had me do even at that point, right? Like you never told me, Vrushali, don't eat. You used to always say, go, eat, do your 20 minutes, eat slowly, chew slowly, and give yourself a few more minutes over there. And if you still feel you need another round, go and get you another round. You know,
Yeah.
and those are the few mindset changes that started happening in me. So putting numbers was not an overwhelming thing for me. The overwhelming thing would have been like the calorie fluctuation that I used to see before, until I started getting it steady. And I think more than last year, this year is when I have seen so much more consistency in
Exactly.
how I'm putting my numbers and how my calories are. So I don't think anybody should be afraid in putting it or starting to do it, because it takes time. It takes time. And when that consistency builds up, it is so smooth flowing, it becomes second nature, basically. So,
Right.
yeah, don't be
And it's
scared of
also
it.
a skill that you're building. And we did talk about that it is not that you have to log in perfectly, but to
Yes,
take that action of logging in, so you know what you eat. You knew that you needed protein to be higher, right?
yes,
Most of us, we found that all my clients, I
yes,
have the problem. There are people who, mine, when I started with Dr. Mark as my coach, I was like on day 30 grams, and I was thinking I'm eating healthy. I'm a nutrition coach.
yeah,
And I went through the
yeah,
precision nutrition certification of
yeah,
mindful eating,
yeah,
putting things on my plate. I'm a vegetarian, no egg, no meat. So I was like, I'm eating fine. I'm in my calories, but I'm not seeing much change. Of course,
correct,
I had lost weight with whatever I was doing, but the kind of workout I was doing and the toning I was expecting was not happening. So when I
correct,
joined Mark, he put me on tracking. So I
yes,
tracked and I found, and with you,
yeah,
with me, and I had Usha who's joined here. Hi Kritika, Sushma,
Yes.
hi Sneha. So many of them who are here who saw the difference when they actually started tracking that
Correct.
their protein was 30 to 40 grams, and slowly over a period of time we found out what are the proteins we like, we enjoy, and
Yes.
slowly up to 100. Now you are having like around days, some days there are like 130 grams, right? And some days I see 160 and I tell her, what are you doing?
No,
But your
like,
body
yeah,
craves. Those are the days you have done workout. You say that your body naturally craves the protein.
more
You are kind of
protein.
starting to listen to what your body is
And
feeling, using, like Meredith says, tracking as a tool and
the
not a
tool.
rule. Perfect.
And it's also a tool for you as a nutritionist to give me my tips. So when we started initially tracking for me, you had the tools and resources to start moving my carbs into protein. Because again, we set it as a goal of Vrushali, what do you want to attain, right? And like, say example, last year was like, hey, I need to lose all this excess weight that I've gained due to perimenopausal. That was last year's goal, right?
Yeah.
This year's goal was, like you asked me, Vishali, do you want to be leaner or do you want to be stronger? Right? And that's where the whole strength training. And there have been times when I'll be like, oh my God, Shobna, what if I become very bulky? Because I'm not very tall. But the way you are monitoring, because you have my tracking tool where I am being very accountable of my steps and my workouts and things like that, it helps you give me feedback as well. And I think that needs to be very important because otherwise you're just guessing and I'm just guessing, and then we'll never know
What's
where we're
happening?
going with it. So
Yeah.
now, example, because I have tracked and now I know how easy it is for me to hit my 100 grams of protein daily. Like, I was like, there are 5 items that I have to have every day. Those
Exactly.
are my non-negotiable.
Same.
No negotiation over there. And I know what are the carbs I should be eating now, which are what my body should actually have, right? And how, and you have never made me like monitor my sugar and this and that, where people can go and
I remember you wanted to track your
I was,
sugar and say,
I
I
was
want to cut
keeping this
down on
also
sugar, was
fine.
your, when we started last year. Now you
Yes.
know where to focus.
I know exactly where to focus. And like you said, like, and I keep repeating the word, right? There are certain things that have become inbuilt that are non-negotiable. And after my non-negotiable, everything that goes into me are the negotiable ones. But by that time, I'm hungry. I'm full. Sorry, I'm not hungry anymore. I'm full. And so even though I eat those things, the quantity is smaller. You still
Yeah.
enjoy those things, but the quantity is smaller.
Yeah.
So there
Exactly.
are no cravings. You don't end up craving anything.
Perfect.
So yeah,
You're feeling
it's
happy, content, satisfied, enjoying the sambar and rice. So you have understood that you don't need to avoid the rice and sambar, which are your favorite and which is speciality in making the avial
correct.
sambar. So you enjoy those things too. So you have not really restricted anything. You have learned to balance it out,
Yes,
keeping your protein as the star and bringing in the other things to fit around it.
correct,
So if I don't eat this today, I can eat it tomorrow. It is still going to be there. So there
correct,
is no
correct.
restriction on any day. So that is a big shift in mindset. And tell
It
us
is
the
a lot.
one mindset shift, like you already mentioned. I'm going to go back to that and talk about it.
Yeah.
Last year, the 3 months that we worked together, we were tracking your weight every single day.
Yes.
Okay, we were doing a tracking because your goal was to lose that extra pounds that you wanted to. You started at 146 or something. When you
Mhm.
finished with me, you were 140. That's it for
Yeah.
the 3 months, and then you continued to follow the same till end of last year,
Correct.
and you had come down to 135, 134.
Correct.
And then when we did again,
Yeah.
hi Alifa, Ved has joined. He says hi Ritu. Hi Suchitra for joining in. So these things that you were taught this year, when we started, you did start did the weights, but then in between your goal changed to say, I want to focus a little. You started, I'm not sure, you joined the gym and you started probably a little bit on my post and the conversations we are having
Yeah.
always about strength and your knowledge and your gathering information. You decided that you're going to move into a little bit more into strength training
Strength
because
training.
you're now your physical therapist after your injury has given you a go ahead for certain moves. So your goal changed and you put away the weighing scale.
Yes. Yes.
So occasionally you do weigh yourself, you find that your weight is going up, but we have the other parameters, non-scale parameters that we are tracking about how you're feeling. So you started queuing into your body's needs now, the rest days, the hunger. So there are days when you have not hardly eaten anything, you have slept by evening because you have had a
Yes.
long day, stressful work day. So we have talked
Yes.
about it. So you do put a note that today was very stressful, busy day, so I went to
Yes.
bed early. I didn't
Yes.
have my dinner. So we have that kind of. So we do these over for people who are looking at doing these things. So I, as a coach, share a Google sheet with her. She updates everything, and I keep looking at that. It's not that we are sharing things back and forth by email and WhatsApp. Yes, WhatsApp is very common for all of us. We do that, but all the data that she is sharing with me is shared on a common sheet, and whatever my inputs, I do send her a video feedback apart from WhatsApp or the calls that she, if like every few weeks we decide that we want to meet each other and talk in the weekend, like today we do. Other days it's like I send her a video feedback based on a tracking sheet and set her up on goals. She messages me with her questions, and that's how it works. We don't need to be talking face to face all the time because I am
Correct.
there to guide you, and you need to be putting in your work, and I am there to support you and navigate, and you be the, what do you say, you are the driver. So she chose to go on tracking her weight last year. In this 3 months, she's decided to focus on, hey, do I have energy to do my strength training? Is my progress in lifting, the number of sets and reps are going up?
Yes.
She's working on her own with her program. So I have told her that going forward I will share some strength programs for her to work on her goals. So she's working out on her own, and she just sees the progress on her own and shares with me. So another thing, has your lifestyle changed, as in have you had to change the entire, your whole life has been overhauled? How has it affected your family? What are you guys doing as a family to support you, and all of you going towards the same health goals?
I think as a family, I think my husband, like I said, he cooks amazing food. So when he sees that I am working hard at making an effort on what I eat or how I eat and things like that, his incorporation of more vegetables, or like the other day I said, oh, he made sambar, but it was loaded with pumpkin. I was like, this is amazing, So his backing of when he cooks his meals for me are very nutritious. Or when I make things that are on the lighter side, where it might be a baked potato, a baked sweet potato, or a salad, or a soup, then enjoying what I am offering as well. That might not be like rice and dal. And things like, oh, we did eat rice and dal tonight, and I
Yes.
loaded it with my ghee. So, but just all of us enjoying the food together, and also and that we love going out to eat. That is a very integral part of my life. We just love going out to eat, but again, making choices or sharing dishes. Or yesterday, example, there was a bowl of kheer, but rather than ordering two desserts because there are two or three people, it was that one bowl of kheer, and we shared it. So
Yes.
you're still getting the joy, and you're still watching how much you're eating of the sugar or the fat or anything. So them just encouraging me that way, and like you yourself stated that my husband is very supportive about me moving, or me being able to do my walks or workouts and anything. Never, like, even if there are 1,000 jobs to do around the house, I am never told don't go to the gym. You go do your workout and come, and then we'll tackle everything. That's
Yeah.
the kind of support I get. Or hey, do you want to go for a walk? Getting my steps. Remember last year, even to touch 5,000 steps used to be such a struggle for me. I used to be like,
Yeah.
Shobna, 5,000 steps is too much. Now touching 10,000 is like a child's play for me. And
Yes.
that happens because I have family who lets me go out and have my walks, or my dog
Yes.
who comes.
Yeah.
Let's go for a walk.
Exactly.
We go get our workouts in. So, and then I know my son is over here, Ved is over here. Ved is extremely encouraging. He's a swimmer, he's a water polo player. He started going to the gym as well. And it is so cool to be able to discuss with my son. I lifted 20, I lifted 25. Oh, Ved, I'm like, deadlifting like higher amount, or, doing a row at 30 today. I managed like 10. To be able to discuss
Yeah.
that with him. And of course, he's lifting like 100 and 115. I don't think I'll ever, but he
But the
is
thing is,
encouraging. He's like,
yeah,
"Oh, mama, that's so cool."
yeah,
I have that, and I have kids who play sports. I have Vidya who plays sports. I have Vidya who started going to the gym. Vidya worked with you as well last year. So I have kids who are very self motivated to take care of their bodies as well, and so that's what we do as a family.
right,
It's just something that we work as a family together. So yeah,
right.
it's not that hard. It's not that
So
hard.
there was not anything like, okay, this is my meals, this is my family meals. You all had it
No.
together, you all
Yeah.
enjoyed it together. So this is something which I want to share. Like when people say that suddenly a week they are very busy with work, their office work. So they say, I can't track, I can't follow any of the things, I can't. So you do still eat, you do still cook. So when you traveled for a week, right? In between when we were
Yes.
doing this, you were
Yes.
traveling to London
I
or
do
something,
travel
I
quite a bit
remember.
as well. Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I went to Spain
Yes.
during my fat loss, and you do make better choices. We never said don't try anything,
Correct.
but is there like something that you can add to make something which will still work? So I used to add a salad or a steamed vegetable, and like one meal was a salad, the other meal I would enjoy a pizza when I'm traveling out. So I
Yeah.
you don't need to track when you travel, but you start being mindful. And there
Yeah.
are times when the clients just disappear for a week. For me,
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
coach,
Yeah.
when they are not able to, so those are the mindset shifts that we work with.
Yeah.
We talked about minimum non-negotiables, right? This
Yes.
week you're going to travel. Can we just focus on you carrying some protein with you, having your water bottle with you, and you're going to get in your steps? That's
Yes.
all you focus on. And
Yes.
eat when you're hungry, don't eat otherwise. So if
Yes.
the client is willing to share, so what I always ask is, what is coming ahead for you this week? So
Yes.
yesterday I had a call with the client who's going to be busy for the next 1 week, younger girl, with her friends visiting her, and she's going to travel all around the place. She doesn't live in India, so she wanted to know, what do I do? How do
Yeah.
I manage from breakfast? Breakfast I would have at home. What should I do? So we talk about it so that we come up
Yes.
with a plan. You have a plan in your head. Okay, dinner, don't worry, eat what you want. Lunch, you pick up at a convenience store. So can you pick up something which will align
Food,
with, pick up a protein
yogurt.
shake, pick up a yogurt, pick up some sandwich which has got all those things. And she said there are lentils available there as salads. So pick up those things.
Yes.
So we talked about it
Yes.
so that we can brainstorm together, have a plan, because these busy days are going to keep coming.
Yes.
So you have a plan in
Definitely.
the 3 to 6 months that you work with me on. Okay, this kind of day comes, this is how I deal with it. This kind of day comes, this is how I deal with it. Like how we prepare for exam, right? This is the question, this is how you
Yeah.
have to answer.
Yeah.
So we prepare for that so that we can handle it throughout our life, not for just the 3 months. There's no
Yes.
point cutting it out and saying, I am on soup and salad. You tried it for 10 days.
I tried it. No. No, but like even when you talk about travel, right? Like last year when I traveled, um, having eggs, especially if you're wherever you're staying and they have like even an all where they offer getting eggs in the morning is not a problem at all. At any breakfast place, you will end up getting your eggs. Picking up some fruits are not a problem at all. Where I traveled to, they had amazing yogurt. So I just gulped yogurt like non-stop. I loved it. And carry protein bars, even if you don't want to carry protein powder. Like for me, I'm very picky about the protein powder taste.
Okay.
I would rather just throw in protein bars because then I don't, it's a no brainer for me. These are my protein bars. I really enjoy it. Throw it into my backpack and go. So there are certain things that are just easy and then have fun. You're there for a reason. Have fun.
Make
And
memories,
that
have fun, be mindful. That's what we talk about. Don't
exactly.
worry, those 1 week is not going to bring you down in any way.
No, and also, I look at it as a fun fact is where you post your meal pictures, and there are days when I look at your meals and I'm like, damn, she ate that. Okay, even I can eat this. Be it your pizza days or your rice and your lentils and everything days. It's a full plate. It's not a fake plate of showing some salad and some soup and like
Yeah,
no. It is real meals. It is real wholesome meals and it is very much doable.
yeah.
So nobody should be scared about it. Everybody does start with some kind of fear, but I don't think it's easy to get over it. When you realize, oh, I do have a very nutritious plate in front of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
Right. Hey Barbara, thanks for being here. One last thing, I don't want to hold you up for long, it's late at night for you. So, what do you think where would you have been if you had decided not? You have been following me for a long time, we've been friends for a long time. You did this, started last June, took a break for 3 months, came back again for account. So, this 3 months was with different goal, and
Yes,
accountability was your reason, not that you wanted to relearn. And we did make some things which we learned in this 3 months. I
yes.
realized that there were your fruits and vegetables. I didn't see many. You were focusing a lot on protein,
Protein.
160, 150 grams, and the plates didn't have fruits and
Yes,
vegetables. So we kind of dialed back on the protein and said, okay,
yes,
let's put in the fruits and vegetables. So those were. So now I think you kind of are ready. You are doing it. Your strength training
yes.
has come in. Everything is happening for you. So what do you think would have happened? Okay, I always ask the other question, where do you see, okay, you're joining me, where do you see yourself 6 months from now?
Mm,
At this, what would you call a success? So
mm.
where do you think, was this a success for you? Where would you have been if you didn't join? And why do you think this was a good choice for you? Because what was your vision of yourself, and did you reach there? What is the something which told you that, hey, this is right for me, I am on the right path, I am reaching what I want to, and I will continue to do that?
So I think with you, Shobna, it has been a lot of mindset change. I think if I was not working with you, um, I create a lot of like image or like self doubt about myself. About, am I doing enough? Am I doing better? Like Vidya makes fun of me saying I work out or I do any sport, any activity like as if I'm going for the Olympics. She's like, you're not an Olympian. You're an regular mother. See her. Why do you have to kill yourself so much? And it was all in my mind. I felt like, okay, so it was a vicious cycle, right? When the weight gain started, the more exercise happened, but then the stress eating was happening, and I was just stuck in that cycle. And then at one point I think I was practicing my handstands, I was doing pole, I was doing ashtanga, and that's when I landed up tearing my rotator cuff. And that was a setback. I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, hold on a minute. I am definitely doing something wrong here. Let's go change that mindset. And so if I was not working with you, I would be developing another injury, which I will not guarantee. I'm sure I'll play something else and do something else. But I'm not killing myself over it. I mean, I did not rest. I worked out an average of at least 2 hours a day. And
Yeah.
I was so hard on myself. I was so hard on myself as to why am I not looking Instagrammable, is the way I would put it, right? It's all about Instagrammable. And I just stopped. I just disconnected from that world, and I said, no, it's about me. It's about me being injury free. And so that's why during this journey with you is when I was recovering from my shoulder injury. I started with my PT, and my PT slowly started, changing out my workouts. And then I realized I need to strengthen. I need to strengthen. Yeah, I might not look skinny, but I'm going to look good. I'm going to look strong.
Strong.
And these last 3 months has been that mindset change. And I think even at that point where we spoke about looking bulky, at one point I was like, man, but if I'm showing muscles, then why not? Okay then.
Yes,
So,
exactly. We
so
all
that
need to do a
mindset
photo
change
shoot
has come.
after a year.
I know I'm going to be like,
Showing all
ah.
my muscles.
So, and I've always, and weirdly, I want to be able to flex my arm and show my triceps and biceps. And I'm like, yeah, let's go for that goal these next 2 years. Let's be able to flex those arms and show those muscles. So, that mindset has changed. And I think, the question of being leaner, yes, leaner would be very nice. If I but that is not the only goal in life. That should not be the only goal in life. And also another thing that I recently came across, I think it was somebody's Instagram post where they used to say, no pain, no gain.
Oh,
That used to be stuck in my head of I have
don't
to
tell
work
me.
out to a
Look at
point.
this. I got this in a set which says no pain, no gain, and I didn't want to put it up on my wall because I don't prescribe to that. But my husband
Yeah.
said it came as six. Where do I put the sixth one? We have to put it there.
So you
So it was a gift
should
from
just
my
put, you should
sister-in-law,
just
so I
put a
put it
nice
up.
bracket. Because that used to be my mentality. My mentality used to be, if I'm not in pain, I'm not working out enough. And as a matter of fact, they say when your body is in pain, it's actually stressing your kidneys to break down all that protein in your body. And I'm like, okay, I am eating a lot of protein now to be break my poor kidneys. Like, please, please. So
Yeah.
so I work out. I am working on my weight. But when I get up the next day, I don't want to be miserable and popping
Correct.
painkillers to be able to feel better to work out the next day. You need to
Right.
naturally feel that. You need
Yes.
to naturally feel that, and even through the rotator cuff injury and healing, I very, very rarely go for pain medication because I'm like, I'm going to feel that muscle and I'm going to work that muscle the right way. I'm going to strengthen it and I'm going to strengthen everything around
Awesome.
it the right way. So that's mindset. And my rest day. Oh, I love my rest days. I would have never said that last year. But this year on my workout calendar, when the next day is rest day, I'll be like, oh, come, let's
Excellent,
do this.
Vrushali. Yes, yes, ladies. Yes,
You
great.
know,
So
I've learned
this is
that from you.
Vishali
I've learned that
sharing
from you.
this is Vishali sharing with us her journey with me as a coach, how she's moved from. But let me make a point that she did lose around 10 pounds in the six
Mm-hmm.
months, first 3 months that she worked with me, and the 3 months on her own till 2020, end of 2023. She had lost
Yes,
around 10 pounds. I had posted about that. 10 pounds is not a small number, ladies. We are still working on our health, working on losing the fat, not on the scale weight. So her
correct.
clothes started fitting her better. She's starting to feel really good about herself. And that is what we are looking at reaching. And it is like we had a conversation yesterday with some of the 40, 45-year-olds. I had a small do here for my clients, in-person clients. And I missed you guys who are all not my in-person and online. I couldn't have you all here. Those of you who have joined me online, you know that I missed you guys here in this event. So we talked about some of the. So after 45, do you mean to say having belly weight is not normal? So it's like menopause. I should be gaining weight because I'm in menopause. My metabolism should be down because I'm in menopause. Perimenopause, 40, 45 years. Yeah, it has slowed down. Yes, my belly fat, it's normal. So it is not normal, guys. It's only because our you are still continuing to eat the way that you ate when you were younger, when you were very active. Now it's become a little bit sedentary. We have all the equipments around. Our workout is only when we go to the gym or when we walk or when we lift weights. Otherwise, we are right here sitting on the chair or the couch and not doing much of physical activity to support the huge quantities of rice and all that which was needed for our grandmothers and all that, because they ate once or twice a day and that was the only meal of the day after sweeping the house, mopping the house, doing the chakki, atta, dosa batter, everything by hand, sweeping their garden. They did a lot of physical work. We are not doing that kind of work. So we need to kind of figure out what we have to eat to suit our current lifestyle so that we can be healthy and move away from focusing just on the scale and take care
Yeah,
of our health and look
yeah.
at the
As a
blood
matter of fact, yeah,
markers
I
and the
think that's
fat
what we
percent.
worked on. That's what we recently worked on, is setting the scale aside because I felt like, even after losing weight, but there are so many factors that play in your workout of how you're doing things. And so I feel when you look at yourself, make sure that you're feeling good. When you feel good, when you feel happy, it's because you've worked out, you've had the right nutrition, you've had the right water. That makes you feel good. And that is very important. You should look at yourself and feel good. And I've set the scale aside because I look at myself every day and I'll be like, dang, okay, it's working.
Yes, excellent. Thank
Yes,
you so much, Vishali, for sharing with all of us your journey. And thank you, folks, all of you, for joining Coffee Bound Soul. I think that's Janani,
yes,
Stuki, someone else. So, all of you, thank you so much for joining us and supporting me in my first joint live here with my clients. So, I'm on a journey to learn how to do these things and be like the younger folks, or what should I say, learn to use this Instagram, come online, talk to people. So I am going through a journey of learning these things and sharing with all of you my clients' journey. And we'll be posting more about this. If you like Vrushali, if you're looking to make a lifestyle change, trying to, yes, you may have fat loss goal, perfectly fine. We work on your mindset to be happy. The 10 kgs down, 20 kgs down is not going to make you happier. I'll teach you how to be happy with yourself and still reach your goals. Of course, I'm not saying that is a wrong goal to have, but that is not what is going to make you happy. We're going to work on how to be happy and thank your body for all that that is doing for us, and by providing it with really nutritious food. So if you're looking at that kind of support, reach out to me and get on my wait list for my April coaching. Thank you so much. Thanks, Vrushali. Have a good night and
Thank
a great
you.
weekend.
Bye.
Thanks, folks. Bye bye. Now
Bye.
I've got to figure out how to cut the live. I guess I just pressed the X. Bye.